Hello everyone and welcome back again, and this time we are going to see how we can make an encounter and how we can enter a visit detail. And what I'm going to show you is two versions of Openemr, one which is the standard version, and the next one is what is possible to be done or within Openemr if you have the right kind of coding ability and the right ideas. This episode will showcase the versatility of Openemr. So right now I'm going into the standard version and show you how people can do an encounter. So let's say we can search for a patient and the patient came in, and this is the details that we have seen here. And I'm just assuming in this case that we have entered all his history and all that stuff, and we are just going in for that particular visit. So we go here and we say create a new encounter, and we create it, and then we say why did he come in today. Let's say chest pain, and his category is established patient, and we are saying where did we see this patient, the service facility. Now the sensitivity is with regard to what can be seen by what kind of people. If it is on a high level, only the physicians can see all those sort of things. Now we have entered previously his allergies, his past problems, his medications, which are all getting listed over here. And here is where we enter the date of service. And once we save that, we have created that encounter for that patient. Now, the next step most of the practices goes is to do the vitals. And you can keep on filling out the rest of the stuff. So this page, the encounter summary page, will show you all the forms that have been entered. And the beauty of Openemr is that you can create any type of forms that you want, and I will show you those forms here. And some people want a particular kind of forms. For example, there are two forms that I have just input here for your sake. This is review of system according to one doctor. This is the way he wanted it done. And there is review of systems by another doctor. So you can just go in and start filling out all the necessary details and save it, and it will show up here. Or you can go and do this one, which will again and only the stuff that you have saved will show up here. Now, a simple straightforward way for most people to do it is to enter a SOAP note here. You can say all the subjective assessments that you have done, objective assessments, so on and so forth. Now, having done all that, you want to write a prescription. You can go back you can type in the name, or you can still search. I'm just doing whatever comes to my mind at this moment. and then you can of course print it. You can have it print to fax, you can email it, and you can select the pharmacy from the list and it will do all that. So now his prescription is added to his list here, if you will see. So now you want to see what that visit entailed. You can go to the reports again. I'll show you one more time. On the top left, second one, report, and you can select what you want to see in the report. And this is that particular day's encounter, all the forms we filled out for that patient. And you can generate a report. And you can print it out. The next stage is to do the billing and the coding. So you go back to the encounter, you go to the fee sheet, you can, some of the type of visits are already entered in here, and you can go and select, if it's a new patient, what kind of visit was it, limited, detailed, and the CPT will appear accordingly below. You want to search for the ICD-9 codes that you saw the patient for. You can enter the part of the code that you know and search, and it will show up here. And this is where you enter the modifier. You can enter the price here. You have to justify every CPT with a particular ICD-9 code. You can select the provider who saw the patient, the rendering provider, the supervising provider can all be the same, and you save it, and you have a complete encounter ready to be built. Now this is the standard version. Now another version which has been developed by ZH Healthcare will show you you can create a new encounter by going and pressing here, and we say he came in with chest pain. Here you can select the category, the facility where he is being seen. We have an option here to select which provider he is seeing as well, and of course his history will come up here. Now, apart from all the forms that can be used that you saw before, we have developed a new form which we call the SOAP New. Very simple. Now, the first thing about SOAP New is that it has a history we can clone. So, when you go here, you will see all his previous visits. And if you have entered some of the details of his previous visits, you can select that. It will show up, and all you have to do is edit those part that needs to be edited. So which means you are cutting down your time substantially. Now, another way is that you can create templates for each type of visit. For example, you have had somebody come in before for chest pain, and you have memorized it as a chest pain template, you can select that and you can edit it. So these two methods, it becomes really easy. Now suppose we are just doing it from scratch and we enter, we come here. When we click on this, you get what we call nation nodes, which is a very easy way to enter your data. First of all, you can type freehand. You can develop categories and say abdominal pain. These are the things that I check for a subjective analysis. So you can go here and you can and you save it. Now for chest pain, the objective analysis, of course it's not herniated disc, certain other things. You can add your own components here, as you see. And you can type a lot of stuff. Under assessment, you can do the same thing. And the best part is you can enter the diagnosis from here itself. So you go here, and if you have created a template for yourself, the diagnosis that you often make, that are often found in your kind of practice in your patients, and all you need to do is select it from here. Or you can search it. So if you type 3 characters, the list will come up in an Ajax. You can even search by the name of the problem. And you can select that. So right now I'll just select from my list, and then you will also see the previous diagnosis is made in the bottom of the page. So now I save it and it shows up on the bottom here. So now we are done with the assessment. Now what is the plan? Again, lab tests ordered. Again, all these things you can personalize, and that will be shown in another video at a later stage. Now the CPT, again, if you have had some templates for each kind of visits, you can do that. Previous CPTs that you have done for him, and the dates will show up. You can search for CPTs. And you can also do the prescription. In this particular demo, we have enabled the e-prescription, so therefore that will show up. Right now it is not configured, so it will not. So now you have done the diagnosis, the CPTs, the prescriptions, everything. So now you have completed an entire visit. And all that you entered earlier is automatically updated in the fee sheet. So from one page you can do the entire visit. Now you can also save and sign it manually. Right now that has not been enabled again, so let's go back. Let's see what it shows in the fee sheet. When you take the fee sheet, you can see that everything has been updated here, and once you check ready to be billed, it goes to the billing person and he knows that it is ready to be billed now. Until then it will not be. Now there is one more thing in this that you need to know. You need to send referrals, or you need to send the evaluation back to the person who referred the patient to you, for which you click on the referrals here, and here you will find the list of doctors that has referred these things to you, and you can select a doctor and you can add you only need to do this one time. You can CC or BCC, and you have the reason. Again, on the introduction side, you can preload all the introductions that you want to be seen, or you can just type in it freehand here. This is how you add the components as well. So every time you make a referral, you can Now once you have made up the covering letter, the next time you come, this is always here. So you can select that and you save a lot of time. Now you can decide what are the diagnoses that you want to share with the doctor that you are sending this to. So if you don't want to show some diagnosis, you can. If you want to add it back, you can select it back from here. Same goes with the prescription. Same goes with the encounter notes. You can select what details you want to share. Right now we are just sharing today's encounter details. Once you have done that, this is how it will look like. And the notes will be attached accordingly. And you can go back, and that referral will be saved in the encounter sheets for future reference, and you can always go and see what you have done there, and you can send as an email or attach as a PDF. All those sort of things can be done. So what you have seen is one of the easiest ways a doctor can come and enter his daily notes or the visit notes or the SOAP notes or the progress notes, whatever he says. Apart from him being able to use his own forms, there are plenty of forms available that you can use. So I'll just go through this one more time, and we will make a visit for the same person who comes in tomorrow. There, that's it. You are done now. And if you go and check his fee sheet for that particular day, everything is there. And now I'll say ready to be billed. And the encounter is done. So this is how the entire encounter can be done in OpenEMR. So what we have seen is the flexibility of OpenEMR by using forms, by using templates, by using a free form with clickable components. And I believe this is the most versatile EMR system out there. Thank you very much.